Hi students! Today I want to talk to you about our Wildcat Community series. You'll notice the vocabulary here. Some of this is new to you, some of it is not. These are some of the different tools that we'll be using today for this particular assignment. And I did show you this image just so you can see where we're going with this project. But what I'll have you do to start out with, let me jump back over to Photoshop here. I'll have you in Photoshop select File, New, and create a blank artboard. We'll call this Wildcat Community. You'll notice this is white and the dimensions are 5 inches by 5 inches. Then you'll come up to File, Open, and you'll open both your CHS logo of choice, and then you'll go back to File, Open, and you'll select an image that represents community. What does community mean to you? And it could be anything from within your residential space, your city, your sport club, anything, any type of image that would portray community to you. Okay, here we'll have all 3 of our images. I have my logo and my map of the world and my blank artboard. So to begin, I'm going to introduce you to this tool here. It's called the rectangular marquee tool. And this one is just a super simple one to use. All I'm going to do is drag from one corner to the opposite till I get these dotted lines, or some people call them marching ants, around my image. I'm going to come up here to my Move tool. You'll see if I hard hold on it, it will open up the full menu. And because I have a selection within these dotted lines, it will allow me to move this entire image, anything in the dotted lines. And then once I have my cursor onto the image I want to place my new image on, I can let go. Voila, there you go. See, doesn't it look nice? Okay, I'm going to use the resize shortcut keys here. So on your devices, you'll hit Control T. On an Apple, you'll hit Command T, and you'll be able to resize your image until it's covering. Yeah, that's good enough. Right where I want it. As soon as it's the size of your image, then you can hit Enter and continue editing. Now, I, of course, am showing you one way to do this assignment, though there's not a wrong way so long as your outcome looks similar to mine. Okay, so you'll notice over here on the layer panel, I have selected the layer that has my logo. Again, you can double click on the layer itself and you can retitle them if you want. That really is beneficial if you're doing a big project that has multiple layers. For this particular assignment, we'll never have more than 2 layers, at least if you're doing it according to my demonstration. Okay, so I'm on the layer of my logo. Now I want to get these dotted lines back. Now, there are multiple ways to do this. I'm showing you my favorite. My favorite probably because this is the tool that I used first when learning Photoshop, but I love this quick selection tool. Can't get enough of it. I'm going to make sure, as long as it has this plus sign, oh, see that tiny plus sign in the center of my circle? As long as it has that, I can click inside my image. Now notice that my circle is not coming outside of the logo. Okay? Now let's say I accidentally came out here. See how my circle dragged those dotted lines up? Now stay with me here. I'm not clicking outside of my circle, outside of my logo again. I do need to change that plus sign to a minus though, because now I'm wanting to drag that line back down. 2 ways you can do this. Up here on your top toolbar, each time when you press these tools, it will adjust these additional tools that you have up in your top toolbar. You can choose this one with the minus, or with the plus is probably what it was already on. And now I can use this to drag it back. Now, because I've been using this more often and I really get into my zone, I hold Control, Option. It's weird going back and forth between your devices and mine. On the Apple, I'll hold Option down. On your device, you will hold Alt down. And notice how it switches the center of my circle to a minus. Then you can drag that line down, and then your plus. Okay? Now, I oftentimes do not use a screen, an image so small. I'll come over here to my magnifying glass and click on it a few times and really make it bigger and more user-friendly. Come back to my quick selection tool here. Now, let me tell you guys a secret. Look at your keyboard really quickly. See your P button? To the right of that, you have those hard brackets. If you press the one on the left, your circle will get smaller. If you press the one on the right, your circle will get bigger. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and be patient with yourself as you guys haven't practiced with this very much, that you may have an opportunity to wrestle with that line a little bit. You'll notice if you zoom in on this even further, this is not perfect. So if I were not doing a demonstration and if I were doing this as something to show you for the end result, I would really clean that up. You'll notice up here too, there's a little bit of work that needs done within this line. So I'll have you play around with that and really get nice, solid, clean lines. For the purpose of this demonstration, I just want to show you how you're doing this project. Okay, now I've got dotted lines around my whole image here, so I'm going to move this onto my community. No, it's already on my community. Now I'm going to adjust my opacity. Okay, so I have my logo layer here on top of my globe layer. You can either adjust your opacity right here, or you can double click on the layer itself, opening this layer style, and then drag this cursor to where you can mostly see your background. Hit OK. Then you want to merge these two layers together, because if I were to right now take this logo of the Wildcat and put it onto my white artboard, it would only capture that logo. I actually want to capture the logo and the image behind it with my map. So over here in my layer panel, I will right click, merge visible. I'm merging the words here. Select your merge visible, and you'll notice in your layer panel now, I only have one layer. So now if I go to my move tool, I can drag this image up, let it go in the center of my artboard, and then of course to resize it, I will hit Option T. Come on. Command T. Command T on an Apple, Control T on your device. Make it nice and big and clear within your artboard. Hit enter, you're done. Don't forget to save it and refer to this video as you need for vocabulary as well as future assignments. Thanks so much.